Brighten up those dark mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter. Mornings at the Cabin.
Mornings at the Cabin indeed on a Tuesday morning. It is minus 24. Not too bad out there right now. Wheeler and Lecter with you on your Tuesday morning. Mornings at the Cabin brought to you by Aurora Ford, driving the north. And the all-new 2021 F-150. Come in and see it today. We got a couple. Took the day off yesterday. Didn't get a lot of rest over the weekend, so was just not feeling great. But that's okay. Here I am back again, and we roll into another week. I mean, it started yesterday. How was yesterday?
Yesterday was good.
Oh, good.
That's the first time you've asked about a show that you weren't on.
That's not true. I ask all the time. I ask all the time.
I was wondering if it was, like, taboo to ask how you were feeling, because, like, you know, it's just, you kind of, like, keep it close to your chest now when you're, like, not feeling so good, because you don't want to alarm anyone if you're having the symptoms.
Ooh, very good. Yeah, no, you do. I mean, you like, and you want to do it with an abundance of caution as well. If you wake up with a sore throat and some sniffles, you want to be like, well, I'm just going to stay home.
Yeah.
Because there's no point in being at work and being like, and people looking at you all weird.
Monitor the situation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a great way to get out of things. Saturday night,
Morning
Jimmy
shows,
T.
hangouts.
That's right. Friday night, Jimmy T played live at the Knack. On Saturday night, it was live streamed. The cabin crew got together to watch. I was not feeling well, so I didn't come, but apparently it was a good time.
It was a good time.
Great time.
Yeah.
Wonderful. How was the rest of your weekend?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
Did a little bit of training on Sunday.
Training?
Yeah. I'm joining the program with the Foster Family Coalition called the 4Y program, something they're just starting up.
Oh, very nice.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
Wheeler and Lecter with you on your Tuesday morning. Mornings at the Cabin brought to you by Aurora Ford, driving the north. Just hanging out, you know, just a regular morning. But Lecter, just as we were heading into the first break, or out of the first break, I should say, you mentioned that you're training on Sunday for the 4Y program.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about that.
So it's a program that is fairly new with the Foster Family Coalition of the NWT. Started in June 2019. And basically, the program is set up for supports with children and youth with a disability, basically mostly regarding FASD. So it is a program where facilitators are set up, they're matched up with kids. And basically, you know, they try to, they get a sense of your personality, the FFC coordinators for the 4Y program. Mm-hmm. They get a sense of, like, your personal interests, like what you could possibly help some kids with and help, like, kind of nurture with regards to their interests. So they have, you know, a bunch of kids in their care. They match up coordinators with kids that have similar interests and they think they could, you know, do really well with. And so basically that is what I'm going into to be a coordinator with this. I assume that'll be starting this week or possibly next week. But yeah, this past Sunday was basically like a 6-hour training thing for 4Y program coordinators, new and ones who have already been doing it for a while. And it was really good. Did like kind of units on different, like, you know, cultural training, awareness and that sort of thing. Just sort of like how to deal with kids who have experienced trauma in their lives. Yeah. It was really good, really well put together. Learned a lot of stuff, obviously. And yeah, so really looking forward to it now.
Very cool. Very cool. So you don't know when you're going to start, though? Like, I mean, it's kind of...
Don't know exactly.
Okay.
I haven't met... I've been told by Joe and Zane with the FFC that they have a couple kids in mind for me to be matched up with.
Nice.
So be following up in the next couple weeks, and then should meet the kid I'll be working with shortly.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So you train them to fight.
Him to fight.
Yeah.
Yep.
You armor them up.
That's right.
And then you pit them against each other.
Actually, you know what? That is on the website.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I had ignored that part for some
MMA
reason.
training.
It seemed inappropriate. But you know what? No, it's not on the website, obviously. But if you are interested in checking that out or possibly getting involved yourself, you can check out ffcnwt.com/4Y program.
Very nice.
Yeah.
You seem like the perfect fit for something like that.
Well, we'll see.
No, I've
never
you'll
done
do fine.
anything like it before.
I think you'll do great.
Yeah.
You're a good person.
Well, you know.
You know.
I try.
I know. I know. It's distracting. That's very cool. So, sorry, 4Y program. Say again, how can they get in touch?
I mean, you can just go to the website, and you can very easily contact someone with the FFC. They have a amazing operation going on there now. Thinking back to so Nicole used to work with the Foster Family Coalition several years ago, and they were always on like a shoestring budget.
Yeah.
It was basically like three of them tops in the office trying to run a whole host of programming. They did amazing work, but now they finally got the support and the funding in place that they should have had all along.
Very nice.
And it's really allowed them to expand and start a few new programs. This one being one of them, the 4Y program.
Very cool.
Yeah,
very
very
cool. Get
exciting.
in touch if you are interested. Lecter will be there, so there's something.
We can hang.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast. Hey, it was early. What do you want from us?
Talk a little walk to talk. I have not entered any of my hours in at all.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I just keep forgetting. I don't know, like an hour a day? Just rack them up.
Yeah.
Just rack them up.
You go ahead and enter it.
I miss the days when I could just send you an email and say, 10 hours.
I know, right?
You just enter it. Now I got to do it.
Now it's not all on the captain.
No, you are the captain. Do we know how it's going? Or
how our team's doing?
Or how our team's doing?
We do. Let me find it here for you.
All right.
Let's see. Trying to navigate the website.
So many teams this year. So many walks to Tuck. I mean, last year didn't one team walk there and back and then halfway back again or something like that? Like, some people take this pretty dang seriously.
Like, do something other than walk.
Yeah.
It's a fun promotion.
Crawl,
come
fly,
on.
for goodness sake.
Yeah, you know what? You're okay. You're not the only person on the Cabin Radio team who is just dead weight so far.
Yeah, I am dead weight.
The rest of us just dragging you along.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, the Cabin Radio team is 41.1% of the way to Tuck.
How much time do we have left on this? The end of the month, right?
End of February.
End of February.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's not bad.
We're doing okay.
We're doing okay.
Yeah.
We got time to make it there. As long as we make it there. You know what I mean? I don't need to make it anywhere back. Just make it there.
Yeah, and then we'll fly back.
That's right. Yeah, we'll fly back. I'm not walking back. What are you, nuts? Walk to Tuck is just it is a really great event for the year. It's really become kind of a linchpin in this part of the year where there's not a lot going on. So you have this nice little healthy competition between everybody. And what a great excuse to get out and enjoy the weather.
And something like just shy of 500 teams across the territory this year.
I thought there were like 685. Or did a bunch drop out?
I thought I remembered reading like 490 something, but yeah, maybe you're right.
Let me find out. Oh, okay. 495.
Hey,
you're right.
Just shy of 500.
Just shy of 500. For whatever reason in my mind, I remember that as 695 or 685. So there you go. I mean, it's the biggest year ever. Biggest year ever. Took a dip last year, obviously. And then in 2019, there was about 40, almost 5,000 teams. Or almost 5,000 kilometers, I should say.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe like 5,000 participants.
Participants. That's what I meant. Not kilometers. Not teams.
More than 5,000 kilometers.
No. But it's been increasing every year, which is great.
Yeah.
It continues to increase again. I think this year, obviously, just everything's kind of pumped up a little bit. But, I mean, not by much. We were at nearly 5,000 participants in 2019. Now nearly 6,000. So, that's cool.
It's funny because I've had some of the other what we would describe or already described as deadweight members of the Cabin Radio team.
Yeah.
Express a little bit of concern that perhaps the opportunity to enter their previous walking distances and times that they had just, neglected or forgot to put in on the website, that it was too late. Those were done. They cannot count them. Like, you know what? Just lump them onto your this week stuff.
Yes.
It's fine. And I find it really funny that the thought that someone from the NWTRPA is like closely monitoring these numbers, being like, hey, Cabin Radio team just entered like 120 minutes on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Have you seen that team? I don't think they walked 120 minutes on a Monday.
They might have.
I mean, we
might
could have. Yeah, it's
You
very
never know.
possible.
Maybe they just got motivated, went out for a 2-hour walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Every once in a while it happens. You're like, you know what? I'm just going to push through. And other times you're just like, I'm going to go to the end of the block and back.
if I do happen to get a scolding email from the NWT Recreation and Parks Association, now that'll be fun.
Which is like a weekly occurrence.
You guys are clearly cheating
Really on the ball
on your
on that.
walk to talk. Someone on your team has a snowmobile and has picked up the stragglers, brought them to the front.
Do you mean 120 kilometers or 120 minutes?
I mean,
You said-
you can enter either.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But 120 minutes is only 2 hours. You can have 2 hours on a Monday. 120 kilometers would be like, oh, well, you're cheating.
Again, have you seen our team?
We're awesome. Keep walking, everybody. Get to Tuck. Try to get back if you can by the end of the month. And when are we announcing the next winners?
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning.
Every
We'll be
Wednesday
announcing
morning.
Some winners.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday morning until this thing is done.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast, where we cut out all the great music and you're left with the rest.
Mornings at the Cabin, Blur, song number 2, or just song 2, really. I have a story about that, about how I was the first one in Yellowknife to hear that song ever. Oh, pardon me.
Speaking of number 2, you put the microphone up for a man who is not even in the room,
That's
but
right.
you didn't put mine up.
I didn't put
Because
yours up.
Lecter is.
I used to like to introduce you. Well, he went to use the facilities, and I thought he'd be back by now. But
You've still got his microphone up.
I
Bless
do.
you.
Well, that's fine.
Just
to be sure for later on.
yeah.
So that song 2, I remember being in Hawaii for a family vacation, and I saw the premiere of the video on MTV at 2:00 in the morning on 120 Minutes with Matt Pinfield, and it was like, this is the first time we ever playing it. It's a new song by Blur, and there it was.
Why would anyone premiere a video at 2:00 in the morning?
Because it was Matt Pinfield. That's why.
Who's Matt? I've never heard of
Yeah,
Matt.
he was one of the more serious hosts. He on MTV was more like he felt more like a Much Music VJ, because Much Music VJs were more at the time just more into music and more serious about music and more serious about like social issues in music, as opposed to just being like, here's another video and being weird and wacky. They were kind of like more like George Stroumboulopoulos, who was like a serious interviewer who had a penchant for music and interviews and things like this. So Matt Pinfield was kind of a serious one. Here's the man.
Here he is.
Here he is. I thought we had more time. Oh. That's all right. Ollie was here to hold it down.
Not that it mattered, because he put your microphone up, but not mine. Even though you weren't in the room.
Force of habit. Brought Ollie in to, I was just telling him about how I was the first one in Yellowknife to hear song 2 by Blur. Back in 1998 or whatever it was released.
Honestly, it was perfect filler for 2.5 minutes while you finished off in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right. Brought Ollie in. We've got a V-Day promotion going on right now. What? It's just worst date? Is that what it's called? Cabin worst date?
Best terrible date
Best
stories.
terrible date story.
Yes.
And we've already got a couple of submissions. Lecter, you want to run down the prizes again?
The
Dinner
prizes.
for 2 at Bullocks.
Dinner for 2 at Bullock. He got me completely off guard
I'm
here.
sorry.
He came back in. He thought we were still playing music. He thought he'd have at least a few minutes to
I
get
thought
himself
we did
together.
too. I thought we had enough time.
I even got to get the music up here.
Oh, we have music?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. We
right.
got stories, remember?
That's right. Okay, well, we do
You
have
always got
stories. That's
background
right.
music for the stories.
Okay, fair enough. So send us your best terrible date story, and you could win.
Flowers from Flowers North.
Yes.
A Valentine's Day gift basket from Great Slave Gifts.
Very nice.
And dinner for 2 at Bullock's Bistro.
Very good. Very good.
There you go.
Okay, do you have some music? Or?
I do. Would you like me to start it now? Are we ready to read a story?
I'm ready. I have two entries that I have chosen
Very good.
so far.
Okay.
So the way that you enter, by the way, you can message us on Facebook, you can message us on Instagram, you can just email mailbox@cabinradio.ca. I should also add, we'll talk about this in a minute, there is quite the promotional video on the way for this. But first, let's go through a couple of the early entries, shall we?
Okay.
Go ahead.
So our first...
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
That's the Val Venus music.
Our first comes from someone I shall call CK.
Okay.
Okay.
And CK says, I once went on a first date that fell on the weekend between my birthday and his. We joked that it would be a double birthday party date. We arrived at the restaurant and ordered our meal and started to chit-chat. I noticed that he seemed to spend most of his time looking over my shoulder and not listening to me.
Uh-oh.
He didn't contribute much to the conversation. He was watching a football game on the TV behind me
Nice.
the whole time and ignored me. When we got to the dessert, he insisted we share a cake, but then got up to use the bathroom. I waited for him to come back since we were supposed to be sharing the cake, but he was gone for 35 minutes.
Wow.
When he came back, he said he wanted to take me somewhere before the date ended. He didn't really ask me, he just told me. When the server asked about the bill, he quickly said 1 bill, so I said thank you, but when it arrived, he handed it to me and said, your birthday just happened and I don't have any birthday money yet.
Wow.
Then he drove me
move.
to his former high school and showed me the football field.
Very nice.
I obviously didn't care or understand why we were there, but had to watch him reenact every pass and touchdown he ever got in his high school days
Wow.
before he asked me to lie down on one of the yard lines with him.
The 50-yard line, I bet.
I promptly asked to be taken home. So thank you.
Wow.
Thank you to
I'll just go
CK
home.
for that. That's a
Well done.
solid bad date.
Yep.
That is a terrible date.
Man,
That's a terrible date.
what was going on in that 35-minute gap?
Yeah, right? 35 minutes. I mean, like, yeah, the sight of cake can excite some people.
Yeah,
you
well,
just
just
need to,
yeah.
you need to, yeah.
He was talking to some other people, just making her wait, making the anticipation grow. Or
For the
something.
cake. Yeah.
For the cake, yeah.
the
Not for
anticipation
him.
for the cake. So that's CK.
Okay.
Should we move on to Claudia?
We got one more?
We got one more.
Okay.
Hit it.
Claudia says, my worst date, probably the time I met up with someone I chatted with on Tinder. They were my age. They seemed nice enough. We agreed to go for drinks at a bar, and he asked if I could pick him up. Things started to go wrong as soon as he got in my car, absolutely stoned, and admitted to me he was actually 18, 4 years younger than me, still in high school and living with his parents.
And just so high right now.
So,
I was already debating whether I should turn around when he asked me to pull over and started puking out of my passenger window.
wow.
Wow.
He got his puke all over the side of my car.
Yeah.
Apparently, he, quote, took one too many dabs, end quote, before meeting me.
Jeez.
Okay.
I told him I was taking him home. He sulked for the rest of the car ride. And then
Which
he
was
had
a block
the
and a
nerve to
half.
ask me before he got out of my car if there was any chance of a kiss.
Wow.
While he was wiping his mouth.
Wow. I put gum in.
Some first date.
Wow.
Claudia.
Wow.
That is.
Pretty solid. Those are two very solid
Very
facts.
solid entries
Yeah.
to start us
Now,
off.
like
man.
last year, we had the whole like Walmart parking lot thing where you were like, "All right, listen, this is just surreal.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this is a redonkulous date." Those are just straight up terrible.
That, man, strong out of the gate.
Yeah,
Holy.
Totally.
That's
Wow.
impressive.
that's the bar we're setting this year, everybody. If you're listening to this and you were thinking of entering that time that the salad arrived slightly less than warm with your chicken or whatever, we don't care about that one. You were thinking about entering that date where you got stuck in 15 minutes of traffic and had to park really far away from the cinema.
right.
We don't want to know.
Was the salad puked in? No?
No.
All right,
Yeah,
well,
no,
then
that's
I
it.
don't know if it's good.
You're
for
not getting above that one.
Oh,
Two
man.
solid entries to start us off
Jeez.
for your best terrible date story. Keep sending them in. Mailbox at cabinradio.ca or send them to our messenger on Facebook. Or, you know what? Do a TikTok about it or something.
Yeah, just plunk 'em wherever.
Emily will get that. Plunk them wherever you
Yeah.
find us.
And definitely watch out for the promotional video that is coming up because
Oh,
I have
boy.
seen the props and it's going to be strong.
Oh,
Props.
boy.
Oh, man. When can we expect that?
Oh, I don't know. It might take a little filming.
Okay, very good. All right. We
Probably
got a little,
after the contest has ended.
That's
Oh.
right. Yeah, once we get it all edited. Oh, man. This would have been great to launch before that. You got until, the 13th, I guess,
Yeah.
to put it in there? When's the last date you can enter a story?
I think we're going to draw the winner probably on the Friday, so that would be
The 12th.
the 12th.
The 12th.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, right up until the 12th.
You got
So
10
you've got
days.
plenty of time to go on dates. If you
Yeah,
haven't got
that's
an
right.
entry yet, go on a date.
That's right.
See how bad it could be.
Or make one up.
What?
That could happen too.
Boo.
Boo. I mean, come on. You listen to some of these and you're like, all right. Sounds pretty horrendous.
Oddly enough, this is probably the 1-2 week stretch where you are actually kind of hoping for a bad date. A good date
So you
happens,
can get-
you're like, ah.
Yeah, so you could win that prize for the good dates.
Well, I guess I'm not going to Bullocks.
The best will be next year when the person wins for the best terrible date this year, takes a new date for their prize at Bullocks,
yeah.
and that turns into a terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you cash in.
Can't wait.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
Mornings at the Cabin brought to you by Aurora Ford Driving the North. Burger Week continues. We've tried every burger. There's a video for almost every one of them, I think.
Yeah, collectively.
Collectively, we've tried all the burgers. And I tried the BK, the Long Night Burger, the Firecracker over at the Monkey Tree, and the Fat Burger, the what was it called? That one, the Mushroom
It's like
Swiss.
the bacon mushroom Swiss.
Yeah, Swiss bacon
Yeah.
mushrooms. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Bacon mushroom Swiss.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if it had a fancy name.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Fat Burger.
It doesn't get any fancier than that.
It doesn't.
Don't try and top that.
So I did try to go to do the ISO burger last week and didn't work out. They sold out. Because
Oh, yeah.
it's that popular at the Woodyard.
Right.
So I'm still going to try to get that done before the 6th. I don't know. Did you, I mean, we can't really do the passport, right? Because we're
we
sponsors,
can't
so
win.
we can't win.
No.
But just try to get out there and try as many as you can.
We can donate.
We can donate, absolutely.
Yeah.
Which I haven't yet, but I will.
Nicole made this ludicrous suggestion to me of, rather than trying every burger, maybe just make a donation to the Food First Foundation. Like,
How can we do? Can't we do both?
I mean, but you are doing both. Yeah. By ordering a burger. I'm like, why would I pass up that part?
That's right.
That's the best part.
It's a lot of burgers.
It's a lot of burgers.
A lot of burgers. 8 different burgers. There used to be 9, but Gourmet Cup did withdraw. But there's 8 different burgers that you can try, and I mean that's a ton. That's a lot to eat. That's 8 burgers in a week is a lot of burgers.
It's a lot.
Yeah. A lot of meat sweats.
Did it last year.
Yeah.
Don't necessarily need to do it again.
Fair enough.
But I gotta try a few more of these burgers. That was kind of like the nice thing is that without even trying, just because we were more shorthanded at the cabin, we didn't have as many people to go around and eat burgers every day. So it was up to me and AJ. We got to try everything.
Yeah.
And, without even making a point of it. And so I felt very fulfilled last year's Burger Week. This year, I'm just like, there's so much I don't know about
And
out there.
it took a couple of weeks for everything to get back to normal.
Oh, yeah.
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 After that,
Yeah, my sleep was all off. I was just
wake up from nightmares. Meat!
in a pool of meat sweat.
Meat sweat. Oh, good Lord.
Yeah.
You were sleeping on the couch for a couple of weeks after that.
Yeah, it
if I
wasn't
recall.
pleasant. Yeah. No, actually, Nicole did.
Nicole did. That's right. They're like, listen, I need the bed. If you could sleep on the couch, that would be great.
If you could take the dogs with you, too. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Burger Week continues till the 6th. You can still get your passport. Just all you got to do with that passport is eat 3 burgers, and you'll be entered in to win those prizes. Beautiful prizes, including a weekend for 2 at Blatchford Lake Lodge.
Which you've probably already done by now, so you may as well just fill out a second passport.
Get her.
Get a
Yeah.
second
Oh, can you
entry
do that?
in there.
Can you do 2 passports?
I assume so.
Let's just eat as many burgers as possible.
Yeah, I assume you get extra entries if you, eat 6 burgers as opposed to just 3.
Good Lord.
Why wouldn't you, right?
Oof.
You're putting your life on the line.
That's right. We're encouraging a lot right now. Oh, my goodness. Burger Week continues till the 6th, and plenty of delicious burgers. I mean, not only helping out the Food First Foundation and having some delicious burgers, also supporting local eateries, which we've been championing since the beginning of all this. And we did it before that, too.
Yes.
Get out, eat local. It's a good thing to do.
I finally watched actually Ollie and Sarah's Woodyard video the other day where they tried to stuff that waffle isolation burger in their, like they tried to actually eat it with their hands.
Silly.
And that's an ordeal.
Oh yeah, I mean it's covered in gravy.
Yeah. How did you navigate that Black Knight burger there?
Okay, well we had to cut it and cleft it in twain because it was so big. I would say split it in 2, but it was so huge that it felt like an axe or a hatchet probably would have been better to split it. So we cleft it in twain and just tried to eat it as cleanly as possible. But holy smokes, it was a mouthful. But you got to squeeze it hard, squeeze it down real hard, and then just go for it.
Was it as big in person as it was in that promo?
Yes,
picture?
it was.
Oh my God.
Yes, it was.
Wow.
They absolutely it was a monster burger, and it was delicious though. So, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Just mar down, and I got some of the best chips in town.
Yeah.
I really like Black Knight's fries.
Yeah.
So that was good too.
All right. Well, we got some work to do then.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Got to get that isolation burger in at least.
Yep.
But still more burgers to be had. Try to get as many of them as we can before the 6th. That's it. That's going to do it for Mornings at the Cabin for this morning. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and we'll meet up again around the same time. Well, we've had lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of fun, but now it's time to go. away. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca and by following the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page.